Everyone is super excited because the new season of Bluey is coming.
Yeah!
But have you noticed how many incredible and mysterious details about the past and future of the characters we see in the story of the Blue Puppy? Bluey and Bingo are the joys of their parents' lives, and everyone knows that. Even when they're tired, Chili and Bandit always find time to play with their daughters, and in the end, they always end up laughing. Having children is very important for a couple, and losing them is one of the saddest things that can happen. That's why, for a long time, the idea that Chili had suffered a miscarriage was just a theory, but the show confirmed this. In the episode The Show, Bluey and Bingo put on a play for Chili and Bandit to celebrate Mother's Day. Everything goes well during most of the story, but the two puppies get carried away when Bingo pretends to be her mom, even putting a balloon under her shirt to mimic pregnancy. However, the balloon bursts, and at that moment, Bandit holds Chili's hand and both have sad expressions. This revealed that this moment brought back sad memories for the couple of the time they lost their first child. Additionally, there's another episode that touches on this topic in a very emotional way. Rain from Season 3. In this episode, Bingo and Bandit go out, leaving Bluey and Chili at home. It starts raining, and Bluey plays on the sidewalk, trying to build a barrier to stop the water from passing. The blue puppy is super excited, but makes a mess by getting the house wet, and Chili gets tired cleaning the wet floor. At one point, the matriarch feels tired and sad, but the more she watches Bluey play happily, the happier she becomes. In the end, the red healer mom smiles and goes to play with her daughter. At the end of the episode, Bluey and her mother look up at a double rainbow in the sky. This means that Bluey was a rainbow baby, someone born after a loss. Very touching, right? But that's not the only fact about the past and future we see in Bluey's show, so jump on board because another Cinewave is starting. In the episode Surprise, we get so much new information that it could fill an entire video. But today we're focusing on one of the most curious parts of the story. When the doorbell rings and Chili goes to answer it, we see a picture frame on the wall. It's quite futuristic, so instead of just one photo, several images of the family pass by. And one of those images shows Bingo on Easter Island. This place is fascinating because it has enormous statues that look like faces. And we know that this island isn't in Australia, right? On the contrary, it's 12,000 kilometers away in Chilean territory in the southern Pacific Ocean. So, for Bingo to have gone so far, she must really love traveling and might even work in tourism, perhaps as a tour guide. Or maybe she records videos of these cool places she visits and posts them online. That is, if the internet still exists in the future. But it could also be that Bingo followed in her father's footsteps and, like Bandit, became an archaeologist and was on Easter Island for work, which would be really cool. But before becoming an archaeologist, of course, Bingo had to study, right? And here's another super cool fact about this, which also involves a fluffy Maltese puppy, Leela. Everyone knows that she and Bingo are best friends. Lilo's life improved a lot when she met the red healer puppy because Bingo is so lively and outgoing that she helped her shy friend open up and become more sociable. But their friendship didn't end in childhood, as Bingo and Lilo remained friends throughout adolescence, went to college, and graduated together. Really cool, right? At the end of the episode Surprise, before Chili, Bluey, and Bandit head to the kitchen to meet Bingo, the family matriarch remembers that Bandit almost sold the house. The way Chili brings it up, it's playful, like when we tease a friend by reminding them of something embarrassing they did in the past. However, Bandit replies, "Will you ever forget that?" And his expression turns annoyed at the moment. This made many people think that the topic of selling the house wasn't just a joke, but something that caused serious discussions between the couple. These discussions lasted for years, as Chili and Bandit are now older, but they are still bothered by the past. And as we all know, wives love to say, "I told you so." Of course, Chili is no different. If you also love Bluey and are enjoying the video so far, comment #Unity below. Everyone has noticed that many members of the Healer family look quite similar, right? Like Bingo, Chili, and Aunt Brandy, and Bluey and Bandit. This is common among close relatives. But have you noticed that there's a family member who doesn't resemble their siblings and parents? Uncle Radley doesn't have the same fur as his brothers, Stripe and Bandit. This led to the theory that Radley is the adopted brother of the two. This was never confirmed in the show, but we believe the animators intentionally made Radley look different to show that even though they aren't blood related, they are still a family. In the episode Surprise, the title really fits the story. Everyone knows this episode caused a lot of buzz in the Bluey community, as we see none other than Bluey's own child. I mean, at no point is it confirmed that the child outside the house is actually Bluey's, but let's be honest, we all know it is, right? The episode gives many hints. He plays the same game Bluey played earlier in the episode, and his appearance strongly resembles hers. But of course, besides looking like his mom, this puppy also has other traits, and from his appearance, we can guess that his dad is Mackenzie. That's right, folks. Bluey's friendship with the shy and adorable dog evolved into love, and they had a very cute child. Stripe, Bluey and Bingo's uncle, is always willing to join the kids' games no matter how chaotic they are. He's been a potato vendor in an imaginary market and even got married to his own brother during a kids' game, all while they pretended to be horses. Wow, these kids have wild imaginations. But despite all these sweet and family moments involving Stripe, there's something strange surrounding the uncle who loves a good barbecue. Stripe is Bandit and Radley's younger brother, so everyone knows they had those typical sibling fights growing up. However, it doesn't seem like these disagreements were harmless and left in the past. On the contrary, many people notice that Stripe and Bandit always seem to compete with each other to prove who's better. In the episode Fairy Tale, Bandit tells his daughters about his childhood and admits that as a kid, he would tease his younger brother by saying he couldn't skid his bike like Radley, and he made fun of him. Stripe even fell off his bike because of Bandit. These exaggerated teasing moments from Bandit and Radley made Stripe insecure, which is why he struggles to be firm with his children. He always lets Muffin do whatever she wants and acts spoiled, and he doesn't have much authority with her or Socks. If you also love Bluey and are having fun with this video, click the subscribe button to not miss our upcoming videos. As everyone knows, the theme of death is handled in Bluey very subtly. Whenever the show needs to go down this path, the narrative makes everything light and easy to understand, like in the case of Chili's mother's passing. There are several elderly characters in the show, and it's great to see their interactions with the younger ones, like the grandma who patiently watches Bingo do a handstand for hours. Or Grandpa Bob, who was absent from the show for so long that we thought he had passed away. But then he returned and explained to everyone that he had been on a journey of self-discovery in India. So it would be nice to see Chili's mother in those moments as well, but unfortunately, that's not possible. It's sad that we don't see Bluey and Bingo's maternal grandmother, but it's good that Chili has kept beautiful and cherished memories of her. It's touching to see that Chili's mother was kind and loving, always saying positive things to her daughter, and Chili inherited all that love from her mom, since she is a very loving and understanding mother to her two little girls. Speaking of gentle and caring mothers, Aunt Brandy has always been one of the sweetest characters in the series. Despite being shy, whenever she visits her sister and nieces, you can feel the love the family has for her. In earlier seasons, we discovered that she had difficulties getting pregnant due to a chronic fertility issue, as Chili also had problems, which led to the loss of her first child. However, at the end of the third season, we learned that Aunt Brandy finally became pregnant, and we imagine that in the fourth season, we will see her little pup. We guess that this little pup will have the characteristics of its mother, but with white fluffy fur. Rusty is one of the most adventurous kids in Bluey's world. He loves all games that involve running and jumping around. Besides that, he enjoys games where he pretends to be a handyman who fixes toys and fences. But the thing this red Kelpie loves most is playing cricket, and because of that, Rusty has a bright future ahead of him. At the end of the episode Cricket, we see him as an adult playing for the Australian national team. Way to go, Rusty! Man, no matter how many times I watch Bluey's episodes, I'm always surprised by these incredible details. We've picked two great videos that have everything to do with you so that you can keep enjoying fun content with us. Just choose the one you like most and click on it. Thanks, and enjoy your video.